I've stuck at 1400 and I always seem to get pawn breaks wrong. Can you give any general advice about how to think about pawn breaks and execute them at the right time?
It's hard to give general advice because pawn breaks, there's a lot of factors to consider, like depending on the position. So sometimes it comes with experience. But like in general, at least like early in the game, if you're more developed and or you're castled and your opponent's not castled, then generally you want to look for pawn breaks to open the center. Because usually, like when the position opens up, that will favor the side whose pieces are more developed or better placed. Or it favors the side with a safer king. There's a lot of cases early in the game where, like, if the king doesn't castle soon enough and the e-file opens, then good things can happen. If you're the one who's more developed. What else to mention? I guess there's a concept when you have pawn chains or interlocked pawns. Let's go to chess. There's a lot of different openings where the position will be closed in some respect. And then generally the structure of the closed pawns or the structure of the pawns that can't move will dictate what types of pawn breaks you want to look for. So generally, this is not always the case, but like most of the time you want to play on the side or look for pawn breaks on the side that your pawn chain is pointing towards. So there's a lot of cases where, like, if the position stays closed, then white's long-term idea is to eventually play f4, f5, and then open things up on the king side. Likewise, black's pawn break is c5. This is a more kind of simplistic example. Like c5 comes immediately here. But even later in the game, there's a lot of cases where white will eventually get an f5. There's another opening that Ben Feingold likes to play. I think we call it the Czech Benoni, which is something like this. And then the center gets really closed. And then usually the main plans for black involve eventually going for b5 or f5. And these are the two potential pawn breaks.
I'm enjoying the speedrun series on YouTube. Keep going.
Thank you, FCL. But sometimes you have to prepare pawn breaks. And when the position is closed like this, then you do have a lot of time to maneuver. So it's typical for black to maneuver the knight to c7, play this and this and this, and eventually b5. And usually you execute a pawn break to either gain space, open a file, or induce a weakness in the opponent's position, or to attack and open up lines to the king. So I guess when you're going for a pawn break, you should identify why you're trying to do it and ensure that it's benefiting you rather than your opponent. So anyway, I hope some of that helps. So yeah, I have about half hour to play some games. Try and raise the rating. I did fall below 2,700. Okay. Playing VovenRogel, fellow title player, fellow IM. Yeah, this is becoming popular. I'll play knight d7. I'll go for a setup with some basic development. I know g4 is sometimes typical in these positions. Yeah, this is also a trendy approach. c5, probably c5. So this is no increment, which is a lot different compared to what Title Tuesday is with increment. I really have to manage my time. Some queen e6 idea. And c4 looks typical. I have g6. I want to drive the queen away from defending the knight. So queen g5, maybe h6. And after takes, it's a lot of trades. There's takes in the end, and there's this pin, which I have to deal with. I don't have knight g4. Actually, maybe I do. But I might as well take here first. Yeah, white's probably a little bit better here. And use king g7 and never mind. If I take. I'm not managing my time well either. Uh-oh. Probably want to sack the exchange. I'm down a minute. The hope is to play b5, and it doesn't really work though. Rook b1's coming. Let's try this. Good move. You never know. Like, sometimes there's weird tricks. Never resign when you have a knight. Oh, that's a good move, though. Okay, no stalemate tricks. Okay. Good game. I got a worse position somewhere in the middle game. I think this whole sequence was kind of the beginning of my downfall. So let me, I'll use the extension that will bring the game over to Lichess. I'll try and take away a few lessons. Opponent played very cleanly. And it's a very solid opening for white. Not easy to like be so active as black. Engine doesn't like 92 though. Okay, so c5, g3. Ah, d4. A d4 bishop g2. Knight e5. So I could have punished white for doing these weird things early on. Like, usually d4 doesn't work because it's black who's sometimes underdeveloped.
Hey,
Or Beasley, welcome back. Thank you, Nardos, as well. I was playing a similar type of opening in Beal. Like, very similar. I think I had a game in Beal where my opponent could have played this same idea. But it always depends on the position. So what if d4 here? And rook c8, the queen's misplaced. Wow, so... yeah, black's doing really well if d4 is played. I miss a chance. It's still kind of just balanced. Queen f5, queen e7. Okay, so this is all fine. I think I went for the wrong approach here. h6 was... it just went into a line where white got better structure. Wow, the engine recommends taking, which provokes white to fork black, but then knight e4, and black's not losing anything because the queen's hit, and once takes, the bishop's saved. Knight's defended. Still roughly equal, but this would have been perhaps a better line.
Eric, a little more than a year ago, I watched your stream to calm me down before master's program interviews. I didn't get in.
Oh no.
But this year, I got into Stanford's MBA.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
A Stanford MBA. It's almost a Stafford MBA. Well, congratulations, Kodiak Iron. That's great to hear. Anyway, I'll keep playing. Let's see if I can recover my rating a little bit. Okay. I'll stick with Sicilian. So with a3, I think the approach is just bishop e7 and play a Scheveningen d6, bishop d7. Opponent taking time here. I think it's more common to play bishop d3, queen f3. But it seems like white might be casting queenside. There's a plan knight a5 to c4. Very typical for these positions. Yeah, b3. Okay, now I have e5. I was calculating g5 take. I guess bishop takes. Oh, that's also a move. d5, g5, d4, take. All right, let's do it. I don't usually play these Sicilian type positions. At least the ones that get really sharp. But this is interesting. If bishop takes, I can take on g4. If knight takes, maybe I can even take in queen e5, hitting the bishop and rook. There's queen d4 in that line. I can also take on c2, which maybe is a bit more practical. And I've sacked... oops. I just hang a piece? Okay, where's my tactic? I just hung the knight. I could take in bishop h4. Oh, wait, my queen defends the knight. What am I thinking? We just traded. Oh, dear. I'm glad I'm warming up before Title Tuesday. Okay, so I have this bishop h4 idea. No, that was a great transformation for me, because now the queen's off sides. King's in the center. I like castles. So now maybe I take on b3, hitting this bishop. Bishop e5. There's also knight g5. Knight h3. Oh, this looks nice. Hitting the knight. Knight's tied down to defending the bishop. Knight f3 or h3. Knight f3. I mean, I also have this move. Yeah, and then knight h3. And maybe this. Or there's also... Wait, how many times did I play knight f2? Just once. Okay. So now I'm threatening the classic smothered mate with the queen sack. I'm also threatening the rook. Yeah, let's just win the queen. Or not. Okay, we'll win this thing. King is kind of slippery. Okay. Okay. That was a weird game. I may have been like objectively worse at some point there. My keeps like moving. I mean, I went for this the center break mainly based on intuition. Also, if I don't go for this, and like g5 is coming, so it felt like I had to like open the center. Going back to lessons on pawn breaks, like sometimes when your opponent is playing on the flank, you want to look for pawn breaks in the center.
That was a fun ladder.
Oh, the final... Did I have a ladder somewhere? Kind of a messy ladder. Yeah, when I took on c2, I was like completely oblivious to queen takes a5. And then I was oblivious to the fact that I just win back the piece. I was calculating like takes and then take and then take, not realizing my queen also hits e4. So, all right, we have about 15 minutes to keep warming up. Let's try and start Title Tuesday, rated 2700. So I need to gain 7 more points. Okay, Scandi time. Thank you, free to try. Gifting 5. Appreciate that. Whoa. That was probably a mouse slip. I mean, knight b5 looks nice. I'm looking at bishop g5 too. Threatening mate. Okay. Opponents maybe played a little bit too quickly at various moments there. I'll take it though. Let's do one more. If I break 2700, then I'll do some puzzles. Okay, we have a modern. Let's play bishop c4. I don't know any theory here. Bishop f4, perhaps? Hey, it's Chess Dojo. How's it going, Chess Dojo? Oh, is Chess Dojo commentating Kotrc in Spain? I think it started today. Hope you had a good stream. If you're just joining, Title Tuesday does start pretty soon. I've been warming up with some blitz. I do have queen e3 check. I got to move a lot faster. Play queen e3.
Some top-tier chess right there.
Doing my best. I like the bishop here, preventing knight d6. Knight's a bit restricted. Probably go for like a4, a5. Solidify with c3 as well. I think we'll see knight c8 very soon. Okay. If rook takes a bishop c7, I think wins the pawn. I'm not getting much. And knight e3 probably coming. Some f5 idea. Wow. f5 is committal though. Yeah, now I can't play it. So I conceded the bishop pair. I do have the knight pair. Knight g4 idea.
Leet school.
Yeah, it's going to be a time scramble finish. Oh! I had to play knight a2 first. Opponent misses mate in 1. What to do? I had some chances there. Even... Where was it? So here I have to play knight a2. Got one move ahead of myself. If I play knight a2, then anything I think can still happen. Okay, what to do? Should I take a break from playing? I probably should, because there's, just over 7 minutes until tournament starts. So now at least I have a goal for Title Tuesday to break 2,700. Yeah, if you're just joining, I was just playing some warm-up games. These did not count for Title Tuesday, thankfully. Surprised this opponent was not a title player. Played pretty good overall. Maybe I should quickly check the opening. It's like a combination of a modern and a Caro-Kann. Oh, I could play knight c3 preventing d5. But d5 is still the best move. And take... this is some line. Wow.
Good luck today.
I think you win some, lose some more. So I was winning around here. I could take in knight f5. Simple tactics. I should have seen that, like when I took here to unleash the bishop. Oh, I played this. I just missed knight f5.
Thank you for being you less than 3.
It is kind of a weird move to consider, because like the rook's defended. But the reason why this works is because we deflect the bishop if it takes and we take the rook. And if it doesn't take, then we win this bishop. Yeah, how many people saw knight f5? At least one. 27, Dave. Anyway, let me go back to chess.com. I think there's a decent chance that like there won't be Magnus or Hikaru or Fabi today, given that they're all in Toronto, probably not prioritizing Title Tuesday. Oh, how do you get the knight out if you take the bishop? I didn't look so closely. Like here, let's say king moves and then takes. Yeah, that's a fair question. There's probably the idea bishop d1, knight h5. Like in the event of takes, king here, the knight's very close to getting trapped. But it looks like white's just in time to create the square. Yeah, good question though. So 2.5 minutes until tournament starts. 255 players. I think last week there were over 400 players, if I'm not mistaken. But there's still time for people to join. What time control do you prefer if you want to learn the game on a deep level? And probably slower is better if you really want to like deepen your understanding and calculation. These days I do prefer Blitz and Rapid over classical chess, but it is nice to have a balance. I mean, when it comes to classical chess, probably my favorite time control is 90 plus 30 with no like sudden death time. Because sometimes if there is like time added after move 40, then the games can take 5+ hours easily, and then it's exhausting. We have about 10 seconds. Whoa, it's Bystander Steve.
Love your content.
Thanks so much. Rosen. Appreciate the 1,000 bits. Okay, first game, playing Zapateado. Sicilian, G6, H4. There's a well-known line without H4 and H6 included. So I'm trying to figure out like who this benefits. Really? Take. Interesting. And Queen A4. Confusing position. Still attacking the knight. This pawn's pinned. Some H5 potential. I'm calculating. Maybe that's not the best line. Do have F4. Kind of risky way of playing, but box pieces don't look so impressive. I'm completed with development. Knight F8, wow. 96 is coming. What's up, Emberg? I'll read the message later. Rook D3. Knight E4. Moving a little bit slow. Position looks nice though. Queen C7. And not defend that. I might as well Gambit. Yeah, this is weirdly playable for black. Oops. Oops. Okay. Rook was hanging in the end, but oh, this is a very tricky position. The ending was not the cleanest, but got the job done. And I was happy with the opening. It seemed like a very pleasant position, but this knight was so useful on e6. And black just kept the king in the center, bishop was defended. I think at some point black maybe could have taken the pawn. Like even here, like takes. Not sure though. Free pawn move 27. I took the free exchange instead. I guess e7 pawn is hanging, but thought the rook was more valuable. Okay. Have to calm down. Oh, Magnus is playing. I assume there won't be much of a break. Yeah, there's like only a few games going. Oh, this one could take a while though. White's gonna try to maybe do something with the pawn. Is Zahari not turned on? Oh. I thought I turned it on. There we go. It was hidden. My video source was covering it. Thanks everyone for telling me. Oh, and thank you Emberg too. Yeah, I hope you can recover from the virus. Last week there were a lot of people watching who were like fighting some illness. Playing NotFischer. Shout out to my opponent. Here we go. Okay, I'll play e6. Yeah, I generally like these structures for black. Knight comes to f5. g4 right away, I have knight h4. And the pieces will find some, hopefully decent squares. Like the plan is probably bishop e7, queen b6, a5, bishop a6. Rook will come in at some point. It's hard for white to do much, especially on the king side. Like sometimes h3, g4 is an idea. We'll start with queen b6. Considering b3 here. Like if d4, then a5, a4, bishop a6. Sometimes c4 can be playable. Yeah, so there's 4 defenders, 4 attackers. One of the goals with a5 is to play bishop a6 and then remove one of the defenders of d4. I assume white missed this move. There's a question, do I want to take on e2? Could start by taking on d4. Wow. I think now the plan is to play g6 castle and then use the c-file. Maybe even start with rook c8 bishop e5 though. Yeah, let's start with castling. And bishop e3 is coming. Okay, so white has rook, or pawn and bishop for rook. Maybe some h4 idea. Not happening. Bishop d3, probably queen c6. Yeah, this is a nice move to get. Bishop d3, it's made in one. Okay. All right. A pretty clean game. Gained a point for that game. That's 2 games down. Probably be playing up next game. So, who was this, by the way? I guess it was NotFischer. Yeah, sometimes white has to play a bit differently. E5 might already be a positional mistake. Yeah, this knight h3 move, keeping the tension, and then idea if takes, there's knight g5, or just castling, maybe a bit more effective for whites. I could play one of the big people, Nihal up on top. Nihal isn't the biggest person, but has the biggest rating in this tournament. Also, where's Magnus? Magnus still playing? Oh, games are almost finished. This one will finish shortly. I'm not seeing Magnus. Did he withdraw? Yeah, he might have other priorities in Toronto. Oh, playing Cordova. All right, here we go. Cordova can play anything in the opening. Whoa, it's QDAF. Gifting 10. Appreciate that. Thanks so much. Myself and Cordova both went to Webster University, both coached by Susan Polgar. But we didn't overlap. Cordova went a few years after me. We're getting the structure. I played that move way too quickly. I think it might be okay though, because I win this pawn. Like, it didn't even register that white could attack the pawn there. That's slightly annoying. 94. Yeah, let's go for it. Typical idea in these structures. Takes, at least I have some attack. There's an idea to play rook a5 and g5. Do I have a Greek gift? Don't see anything immediately wrong with it. I have time to calculate. Guess king h3 is an issue. King h3, queen d7. Let's go for it. The threat is probably to win the rook and then the knight. King's a little bit stuck here. Might see king g3. King g3, maybe h4. I still have rook a5 ideas. There's also g5. Idea preparing h4. Very rich position. Not too much time to calculate. This bishop could be dangerous if white survives. I missed 94. 94 still, I push. And queen f5, queen e4. I could en passant first. There's rook e6. Wow. I missed that move. There. I'm in trouble. I just blundered. Good game. What a good fight. It was super interesting. I feel like I had chances at some points. I'm not sure. Yeah, F4 really muddied the waters. Like here, there's... Like I could take the pawn two different ways. I went for this, thinking that I win the rook and there's this pin, but yeah, knight takes e4 is very strong. But then it was still playable. But then I think f6 was very strong. Like maybe I get away with this? But the problem is this pawn is... It's hard to win bishop f6 coming. It's probably no good. Unless I have this move. Oh, did I miss this line? G4? Wait, this would have been winning, right? Also, what's up, Vampire Chicken? How's it going? I think I missed a win in this position. Like, I saw this possibility, and then I just rejected it, thinking this pawn is scary. But G4, white's only legal move is to take the pawn, and then I fork. And I go up a rook. Ah. Wait, it's not completely winning, though. Maybe it's still complicated. White has a lot of pawns in the center to deal with this idea. That would have been a nice line, though. So that was round 3. 2 out of 3. Have I passed Magnus, who I think has already left the tournament? We have one more game until a break. Okay. Here we go. What do I want to play? Let's play something solid. Especially after that last game, I need some cooldown. Ooh, bishop c5. Not the most common move. I mean, bishop e4 is way more common. I'm threatening to take and win a piece, so black has to be a little bit careful. I think bishop e6 is probably called for. And then I'll probably just develop like bishop c4, castle. Oh, now we see bishop b4. So if I take, it takes in queen d4. Also takes in e5. Basically up a tempo here. I have this move included. I'm just trying to figure out how to get max value. I burned a lot of time there. I'm really not seeing much benefit to the bishop on e3. Like, I might just lose a tempo with bishop d2. Okay, so d4 I take, and then bishop e5. So I do have bishop d4. And there is a threat of taking and taking. I don't think c5 works. Calculating bishop e7, I take, queen h5, hitting this and this. g6 I take. And after takes, I have this, bishop e5, and then bishop e4, I think traps trap the rook in the end. I have a knight on d5 in that line, though. c6 is a solid move. Let's play queen f3. Yeah, bishop e7 might be coming. Try and keep the pressure on the clock. Preventing c5, maybe preparing knight c5. Okay, opponent walked into my sneaky trap. threatening to take. This might be the best, like most practical. Yeah. Trying to keep it clean. Up 2 pawns. It takes a bit of technique. The king has nowhere to go. A check will come. Okay. There we go. 3 out of 4. Yeah, I took a lot of time in the opening. Like, just trying to punish bishop c5 followed by bishop e4. And it's, I guess, still playable for black. It's surprising. Like, giving white a full extra tempo. So the engine likes knight takes c6. And if b takes, then queen d4, which I was considering. Oh yes, my smash. Welcome back, don't pay taxes. Also, welcome to all the new people joining. Appreciate people tuning in. We have 4 rounds finished. 7 more rounds to go. So, got a handful of players with perfect scores. I'm in 62nd place, but tied for 29th place. Did Nihal change federation? Probably. Yeah, he's now representing Tanzania. I'll play board 1 on their Olympiad team. I think that would be my only shot of ever playing the Olympiad. It's to change federations to a smaller country that doesn't have like over 10 Super Grandmasters. What exactly are GM norms? There's a whole Wikipedia page on GM norms, but there's also actually seeing if I can. I wanted to ask ChatGPT what are GM norms and see what answer it comes up with. I don't have time to log in right now. GM norms are basically what you need to get the GM title, but they're very difficult to get. Usually requires playing in like very high level, over the board, FIDE rated classical events. It's a little bit complicated. Has there ever been a GM named Norm? I don't know. I don't know if I know anyone named Norm. Okay, next round starts in 7 seconds. So let's get ready. Playing. Oh, I'm playing Santa Claus. Here we go. This was unexpected. So he didn't rage quit. People were telling me he rage quit. Maybe delivering presents all over the world. Okay. B4, of course. Let's play whatever I know about this. I have a wing gambit. So I'm threatening this, which we'll probably see. What's the theory here? E5? Yeah, I studied this a while ago. Some queen e4 check. Yeah, this looks like the most solid. It takes d4. Sacking all the pawns. do I do here? I have no idea what to do. You have something that's playable. Knight d2, I take on f4. Ah, I got tricked. Never resign when you have a knight. No. I was trying to set up a stalemate trap, but what a crazy game. I felt like I had chances there. Santa Claus gave me so many presents. Especially after a4. I burned so much time though earlier. Ah, what a game. Yeah, trading queens was maybe not the best. I was trying to simplify given that, given my time situation. Yeah, this position was very difficult to play. And I got hit with this trick, which I used this skewer idea in a previous game. King b6 only move to not lose. Was Magnus streaming? Oh, he's with Chespera. Ah, okay. I don't think I've ever played Magnus while Magnus has been streaming. Like I played him. What? This is our 8th game, 7th or 8th game. Wait, he's not streaming. He's on Chespera and Arian is playing. Wait, I wasn't playing Arian though, was I? Oh, he's behind Arian. I see. Ah, well, let's wait. Let me actually see. Can I stream snipe?
Let's go, Eric.
Yeah, it's too difficult for chat to explain. Oh, so Magnus wasn't like fully streaming. Anyway, okay. I was not expecting to play Magnus. I mean, people were telling me that he rage quit, but I guess he didn't. Well, this will probably go on YouTube as a YouTube video. I took so much time in the opening. Like, I think we followed some sort of wing gambit Sicilian theory. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it took me a long time to figure out Queen e6 was a move. Oh, we were still following games. Like, there's been 4 games here in the Masters database. Okay, at least I didn't get completely rolled over until the end. Like, yeah, this was my biggest chance here, looks like. Oh, I had knight h2 for some reason, but okay, I'll analyze later. New game is starting. Here we go, giving time odds. Playing NigelDwarf. Do I know this person? Oh, I know the last name. Maybe it's a brother of someone who I know. So there's a line d5, f5. Interesting, h5. Play knight h3. I played a similar line in a previous round. But from the black side. And that game featured a more closed structure. Knight a4 is a move here. I'll go for knight a4. It looks weird. Like, usually the natural move is knight e2. Considering f5. Yeah, I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that black's not castled, I am castled, so if the center opens up, it should favor me. If I played e5, the center would close down. And if takes, and I can take, and then there's this pin, the knight's already becoming useful from h3. Do I have to watch out for queen d4? Knight g5 looks standard. So attacking the pawns. Yeah, there's still this pin. Not sure how much queen d4 actually helped black. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is actually very tricky. Take. I think it makes sense to trade queens. The resulting position, I'll be down the pawn temporarily. But black has a lot of weaknesses. Like assuming takes, I play h3. And I'll be ready to play bishop g4 and hit this or this or this. e4 will be defended. Oh, black could take immediately though. And maybe I still play h3. Opponent taking a lot of time. I'll have to watch out for this stuff. Knight g4, I just take it. Bishop takes e4. Take. Should not work. It does feel good having the time advantage. I play knight b6. There's also knight e6. Okay. Magnus Carlsen taught me this tactic. Okay. And these bishop skewers come in handy. It's not easy. So 4 points. Oh, 4 out of 6. Not bad. I lost to... Who's the other person I lost to? Oh, Cordova. I lost to Cordova and Magnus. Yeah, this game got really tricky. I'm not sure what to make of this. Felt like I was in control, like around here, but Black still had a lot of pressure. So, just scanning for ongoing games. Now, this could take a while. At some point, White wants to play a4. I probably put the king on b1. Oh, it's probably a draw. White's going to try. There we see it. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Next game starting soon. Oop, I don't know what happened there. Playing the Bauer, or the Barwa. So QGD exchange. This is the Casa Corle variation. Actually, I had this position against Magnus when he, I played in his Simul at the Sinkfield Cup. In that game, I played Queen B8. This is my improvement. So the idea of Rook C8 is I preemptively defend the C pawn. And now there's ideas of Knight B6 to C4. And Knight E2 won't come with tempo. But it's still a fight. And hitting the knight. Question which way to take. I'm taking away from the center. It gives a d5 square, which could be useful for a knight or bishop later. Imagining like bishop e7, knight d5, and harass the pawn. Maybe queen b6. Yeah, I probably want to shift the rook back to the file. F5 may be coming. There's bishop g4. Kind of like this move. Threatening 93, threatening the bishop. If takes, I should calculate this. I don't think it works because bishop c5. But I can take back. And if takes, I'll be hitting, at least pinning the knight. Pressuring the center. And there's this pin too, so like f5 I could take. I think I'm winning the pawn. Like rook d7. The queen can defend, but I'm gonna have 3 attackers. And this rook can't come over quickly enough. I guess it's still tricky, like rook d2, take rook d1, but then I take. There's also some c3 ideas. But yeah, the issue is when I take, I do walk into the pin. Take, check. I think that's fine. Now, if takes, I can take with queen too. Probably simpler. A skewer. c3, rook c4. Okay. Felt like that was a clean game. 5 out of 7. Got back over 2,700. I think Magnus did play in Toronto today, but he couldn't get enough chess, so he joined Title Tuesday, got to play me. You get nervous when you play Magnus. I think people could probably tell from the elevated heart rate. There were definitely some jitters. So one more game, and then there will be another break. I think after the tournament, I can do like a more complete breakdown of the game. Sometimes during the tournament, it's tough though. Thank you, Carlton. Carlton scarf. Gifting to Lafong. I appreciate that. Did Magnus quit after the game? Someone was saying he has internet issues. But that's not the first time that he's done that after playing me. I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel of all my games I've ever played against Magnus. The most recent one was 6 months ago. Where I also played him in Title Tuesday. That was a game he played the bird opening. And that was round 2. And after he beat me, he quit the tournament. So, be funny if, yeah, it happened again. He's finally reached his peak in life, beating me in Title Tuesday. He was at his peak rating like recently too, I think. Or the peak rating for chess.com. Okay, there's games still going. Oh, Denlaz is playing. Denlaz was also in Toronto. I think he got knocked out today, if I'm not mistaken. So black is playing for a win. Both these players have perfect scores. Looks like it should be a draw. How many moves are we going to see? I'm guessing 120. 30 more moves. We might see more. We might see like 150. It seems like white has a fortress here. Ooh, get the king to e1. Wow. Some progress. Uh-oh. Like very close to flagging. It's not super pleasant. Wow. Is black gonna win? I think this is winning for black now. Because you can somehow drive the king away. And then eventually take on h4. Maybe it's still tricky. Yeah, it's one of these positions. Oops. Black just blundered a pawn. Oh! White blundered a... Wait, what? Oh, that wasn't a blunder. That was a tactic. Ah. Nice game. 129 moves. Yeah, I think black is just winning here. Because if bishop moves, then there's rook g2 and then push. Okay. Are there still games going? Ooh. Ooh. And this should be a draw. I guess black is playing for a win. The king's better. So king b4? Wait, now there's this idea. This looks winning for black. Wait, now I don't know. Is it winning? No, it's not winning. Wow, 153 moves. All right, here we go. Round 8 starting in just a moment. Playing Demchenko. Strong player. Haven't played this one in a while. So we have a very typical hedgehog type structure. The main setup is do this. Usually the rook goes to e8. Or the idea is later bishop d8 to c7. Sometimes white will expand on the king's side. It's been a long time since I played this structure. f5. I do have e5 now. tricky. Probably move back. If I took the knight, then takes hits the queen. I didn't want to allow knight to come to c6 in those lines. Thinking I'll take with bishop. Assuming the knight moves back. White's considering probably taking one of these things. Take. Idea a4. Also hitting the pawn. Later there's ideas of this and this. Which, okay, I have to stop b4. If a3... Alright, let's go for this. Knight b5 is coming. Really not sure what to do there. Rook fc8. It is nice controlling c1 with the bishop. It might be threatening this now. The queen is a bit overworked. That was a good move. Oh, man. Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. Okay. I mean, I might be, like, very close to losing towards the end here. I was also probably close to winning with my pawn on d2. But this was annoying counterplay. And I had queen d5, though. Yeah. Queen e7. This was extra annoying counterplay. Oh, I had queen e1. I had mate in 2. I had 4 seconds to find it. I missed mate in 2. I was scared about getting maiden on f7. So I was in this mindset that my queen is tied down, not looking for my forcing options. What to do? Do I have to blame my blasphemous mouse? Playing the wrong move? Thank you, blasphemous mouse. The new prime sub. Okay, that was a fun game though. I mean, got intense towards the end. I'm a little bit scared to check the engine graph. So that was round 8, I believe. I'm 5.5. 3 more rounds to go. Yeah, look at this graph. Oh man. Maiden 2 went from maiden 2 to plus 5.7 in the opponent's favor. Oh man. And then it was equal. So white had to take with the queen. And if I take here, oh, there's some check and then check, and yeah, black's not surviving. Okay, a lot of blunders this game. 9 blunders from my opponent, 7 blunders from me, 57% accuracy. It's got to be one of the lowest accuracy games I've played in a while. Let's see what chess.com says. Move 13, why can't I take c4? Yeah, I don't think I even considered it. But generally these pawns are poisonous, especially with the rook here. So if takes, then white has a nice tactical sequence. Takes, takes, and knight d5, hitting the queen and the bishop. And yeah, I had to save all my blunders for later in the game. It was important not to blunder early. Okay, I mean, the accuracy on chess.com is a little bit nicer than Lichess. 69.8%. What ratings did we play like? 2250, 2350. Oh, that's still like higher than I would have expected. Honestly, I would have expected like 1600. So, I believe we are on another break. Let me close this window. I'm getting cold. Okay. Window has been closed. So I'm staying above 2700. I'll probably play up next game. Like if I played up this game, we drew. Maybe scout out who has the same score. Okay, top 50. Yeah, it looks like I'm playing up. Like almost everyone who has 5.5 points is higher rated than me. Like there's only a couple players lower rated. So I could play Becca, Dropstone, Vpranav. Yeah, there's too many to try and figure it out. What tips do you have for new streamers? I feel like I should have some easy answers for this. And it's definitely a learning process when you're first getting into streaming, so it takes patience. I think the most important thing is that you're enjoying the process. And when you're first starting out, like, it can be overwhelming because there's so many different things to kind of pay attention to and fix, between just a technical setup like audio and video and overlay and branding of the channel. So, like, when you are first starting out, sometimes you just want to start out simple and then try and make every stream a little bit better than the last. Can't figure out the sub with Amazon Prime. If you're on mobile, you probably have to do it from desktop. I think that's the biggest thing that people struggle with. But if you're on desktop, see, you have the little Prime thing, so your account should be connected. But sometimes you have to, to look for the Prime sub thing. I do appreciate those who sub with Prime. Like, if you have Amazon Prime, it's no extra cost. Support the channel, get some perks. What's your brand, you would say? What's your brand, would you say? I think there's different kind of branding elements to my streams and videos. Usually a little bit more chill. I know a lot of people watch me to relax. I try and keep it family friendly, instructive, but then there's also Gambits and Oh No My Queens and maybe more dubious chess. Okay, playing Becca. This is Alexander Injic. I have a Nimzovich. This I have not seen before. Okay. And bishop e5 comes to mind. You're just copying me now. You're gonna see knight f6. That'd be kind of funny. Usually symmetrical positions will favor white. Okay, we see knight e7. I take. Yeah, Injic is known for being very clever and sometimes weird in the opening. Try this. And there's line takes bishop a6, which I was just looking at. I think maybe then I play bishop e3. I am up a pawn here. Take. Bishop d2. And giving back the pawn. want to play rook e1, and then bishop e4 would be the threat. If bishop here, I play f3, and now I'm threatening this and still this. Bishop e4, queen b5. There's also queen h5. Idea bishop g3. Playing a little bit slowly here. No. Wow. Went downhill so quickly. Queen h5 is made in 2. Oh, that's also it's also just winning. What to do? Oh man. That position crumbled so quickly. h5 was strong. Not my proudest game. Like, I burned a lot of time in the early middle game. Even now the opening, but and here it looked solid, but maybe it's not solid. Yeah, well, he's just not in good shape to defend. I'm curious to check the opening. It's like, I've briefly studied this line. Usually the main line is takes and then d5. But e5, I've not looked at before. Engine likes de5. I guess that makes sense. d4? Oh, so white actually wins a pawn. Black can Gambit. So this would be one of the like critical engine lines. Okay. Thank you to Twin Brother Darkness, the first time Prime, and Mike Abestus. Happy 3 months. Did I have Queen f7? I don't think I had Queen f7. Yeah, it's already like difficult to play. I guess I did have Queen b4 hitting the bishop and the pawn. Queen b4. Black still has pressure though. Thank you, John Brown. A first time sub. Oh, bishop e4. Bishop e4, I think in a lot of cases just ruins my structure. But maybe it was necessary, like, but I don't know when. I wanted to play bishop e4 in this position, but then I realized there's like queen h5 or also queen e5, and there's issues with this pawn. King f2 instead of g4. King f2 would have finished the game much more quickly because queen e3 checkmates. Maybe it would have saved energy in the long run. But yeah, like positionally, g4 is not a move white really wants to play because pawns on light squares don't combine well with this bishop. And my dark squares are so weak. Okay, lesson to take away. We have a few more games to go. 2 more games to go. This is the final game of round 9. And we have rook versus rook. When was the last capture? Okay. Next game starting soon. I don't think I saw Emberg's second dono message. I'll have to take a look after this game. Yeah, usually during games, I try and remember to mute the alerts. I try and stay focused. Playing Crazy Illusion. All right. Play this line with d5. Yeah, some IQP position. Bishop g4 is maybe justified. Queen d3 may be likely, and then I'll castle. I'll keep the pressure. Yeah, there's pros and cons with having the isolated queen's pawn. It is a potential weakness, but at the same time, it controls space. And pieces are pretty harmonious here for black. I maybe want to just take that. Take castle. Let's castle first. Might be seeing g4 and knight e5. I think everything is still under control. Take the bishop. And just this. So I might be threatening this, and if takes, I hit the queen and knight. I'll still go for it. I like the prospect of knight g6. The white's a bit overextended. Especially if I can get rid of this knight, then f4 could be weak, g3 could be accessible maybe someday. f4 is attacked. Could consider taking it. This looks simpler though. Okay, here's my collinear move, attacking the f-pawn. And if takes, I get the pass pawn. f5 may be coming. Did I miss mate? I think I missed mate previously. Or no, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, because I was in check. That's fine. Okay, got the job done. Took work. I think overall that was actually a pretty clean game. I mean, the structure transformed a little bit in the middle game, but I managed to be solid. And then, like, eventually these overextended pawns proved to kind of come back to bite white. They were trying to bite me, but yeah, this setup was pretty unbiteable. So, we have one more game. I think last week I finished with 6.5. So, try and finish a point higher than last week. Oh, Hikaru lost. Maybe Hikaru should have played Title Tuesday instead. So a couple games going. This is probably relevant for the standings. Oh, Denlaz maybe has good chances to win. White's definitely playing for a win here. But looks like it's going to be a draw. Thank you, Seawalker. Draw by repetition. Okay. Is there one game going? No. Next round starting very soon. Okay, final game. Sticking with e4. Have a Caro-Kann. Really? I take? F4 is probably called for. I'm actually curious about take. Let me try this. I'm just curious about it. Oh. Wait a minute. King F1. King F1, I'm up a piece. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, no. Knight takes. Okay. Queen A5 surprised me, but it's okay. I have E6 here. F4. E6 makes sense. I'm moving so slowly, especially compared to my opponent. Not the move I want to play. Really not too many options here.
41. Ikvek wow hi Eric much love less than 3.
I appreciate the love. Welcome back to Cole. So I'm down the pawn, but this pawn's weak. This is a strong setup. Going for counterplay. Problem is rook f4. I think I'm playing for a win, though. It's probably a draw. Oh no, wait. Oh no! Ah! I forgot that the king queen with check. Oh, I'm so sad. No, it's a very sad finish. What should I do? I just traded into the ending. Also, I should have just played this. and start pushing the pawn. It should still be a draw, though. Okay, well, that's Title Tuesday. I think I had some fatigue towards the end there. King b6, rook a8. Yeah, this is a classic draw. I got excited, like when I played this, I'm almost threatening rook c5, although it's still probably not like a winning threat. Like king f5 still draws. Okay, congratulations to Danlas, who got knocked out in Toronto but wins Title Tuesday. I burned a lot of time in the beginning of this game. A question about why knight d6. I wanted to play this, but then I get mated. So I thought if I give away the knight, then at some point I can win back the pawn. But probably wasn't necessary. Like maybe I should just play... f3 looks weakening though. Not sure what I should play here. b4. Yeah, black's already like for choice. Knight e4 instead of rook h3. Knight e4, there's takes. So yeah, my knight was kind of stuck. I had to play rook h3. I was considering king g1, but I didn't like this transformation. So I finished with 6.5. Puts me in a tie for 51st, 61st on tie breaks. Knight f5 instead of h3. Not sure what moment that refers to. I don't think h3 was ever played this game. Oh, instead of rook h3. I misread that. Ah, knight f5 here. That's interesting. If takes... What's the discover, though? Or what's the discovery? As if bishop here, then... I think in either case, king d7 or bishop e7. This case, probably king d7. Maybe it's possible. Engine hates it. Knight e4. Black is winning. But it's not something I considered. I should have at least identified the move. Oh, I forgot to look at that Emberg message from earlier. Emberg, and I'm not sure if Emberg is still here, was asking about players to the team on Lichess. That's not something I've looked into. Yeah, I'm not sure if custom players are available. I was also asking about duck chess at the festival. Not sure. Yeah, maybe I'll bring a rubber duck with me. But yeah, it'd be cool maybe someday to have a over-the-board duck chess event. For now, I think I need a break from like everything chess. There's a lot of chess games. And also, it's like it's a weird experience playing Magnus Carlsen and then having like a big adrenaline dump. Like after playing Magnus, I just felt a little bit deflated. Even though it was like it's super cool to play him. We had a cool game. Again, I'm more tired than usual. Yeah, time to stream some tennis. Weather's getting colder though. It's harder to find days where tennis can be played. Oh no, my rating. I fell below 2,700 after the final game. What to do?